Alright guys, well I had to redo the start of this video because I went out there trolling for kings, doing a king, catch, cook, whatever, cool fishing video. That's what I was going for. I ended up catching halibut and no kings today. Of course I've been slaying the kings, haven't been getting it on video. And then I go out to try to get it on video and I get halibut. But anyway, so that's what you're going to see in this video. You're going to see some trolling, you're going to see some halibut caught, and you're also going to see me showing you a little bit different technique for filleting these halibut, and also the vacuum seal process. I have some really good tips for you there. So stay tuned for that. It really will go a long ways towards the storage of your fish and how long they last in the freezer if you watch how I do that. So. Let's do it. You see, with mono, you may drag that fish around forever.
Yeah, but we were able to do that.
Definitely got bit. Something's on there. You're on. A halibut. It looks fishy. It could just be a fucking... Could just be... I don't know what that is. It's a fucking fish. Golly goddamn. That might be a king.
Look at that.
Isn't it? That's a king, Janine. Holy shit. We got the boat set perfect here. We shouldn't come around into the rocks.
I saw your fish.
long as I get some. Just don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up. I'm gonna go neutral.
It's right here. No, it's a halibut.
Halibut? Fuck yeah, I'll take that. That's good eating. Little butt.
Deal.
Sweet. There's halibut.
Yay!
It's a baby. That's good for one meal though.
Oh, that. Yeah!
You're on. What is it? Halibut? Sweet. One more. Can't go back one short now. Were you right on the bottom?
Yeah.
Oh! Damn, we almost had the first double. See through it. Like it's fighting. Shit, we only need one more. 60 feet of water. It's a baby. Keep it. Those all whole and. Yeah, I got one.
Yeah.
About fucking time, baby.
That looks like a little bit of a finer, more than what I've had.
Big one. Might be a limit. Seems like it's getting better with shallower.
Rudy! Is there a limit?
I don't know. We might let this one go.
No, the other one was bigger, the other one was smaller.
Fuck it, let's keep it. All right, well, the first thing you're going to want to remember about these fish is that they're the same on each side. The difference being there's some eyes on this side, so on the brown side. So I always start white side first. Most people do that. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. It's because actually the brown side's a little bit thicker. It's easier to fillet that when half the meat's gone. So these are small halibut, like I said. So a lot of times your cut marks are going to be here, 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 and here. and that's going to give you 2 fillets. But what I'm going to do is a little differently. I'm going to skip this middle part here, and I'm just going to do around the outside, and we're going to pull this off in one nice bigger fillet. So I always fold that fin across. Now this knife is way too big for these. I never use a knife this big except for when I'm trying to film a YouTube video for everybody. I just don't have my other knife. So this is called the zipper cut here. Now I'm going to take this up here, meet it up at the top. Oops. It's not going as well as I would have liked. I'm not going to lie to you. Believe me, this thing's dead. Those are just nerves. It's fresh. So, you come in here. Now this, when you're doing a fillet like this is a much better way for small halibut than the other way that you do with bigger halibut, because that's a much more workable piece. Now, so you get this outside cut, you have to push down here and make sure that you don't lose meat here. In fact, I haven't done this in a while. We'll see how it goes. Got it. So you get to the middle, that's where I'm at now. You have to sort of roll the knife over that. Sometimes you lose a hair of meat. I chose to do this at my house over at the harbor because it was cold and my hands are frozen. These are actually the tougher halibut to fillet, these little guys. Especially this way I'm doing it. But if you got the skill set with the knife, you get a much nicer fillet. Hardly any meat loss there. A little bit around that right there, like I was saying. That's a nice piece for cutting. Whereas what you would normally have would be if it was right there, here and here. That's a nice piece for storing, vacuum seal, processing. You can do whatever you want. Still has the skin. I actually leave the skin on for a lot of this. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and do this side without too much more chit chat. And we'll get on to the next phase. Alright, so I'm going to go through the vacuum seal process here. Now, one thing I want to reiterate on the vacuum seal process is clean and dry goes a long ways towards good storage and proper seal. And so, and that starts from the beginning with the fish. Everything has to be as clean as possible because you want to keep it dry. You don't want to have to rinse your fish off real bad or real aggressively. So I'm just going to go through how I do one fish, one fillet, and obviously that applies to the rest of the fish. I'm going to get in here into the bag. Okay, there's one fillet right there. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just dry this thing off a little bit. Now I'm going to do you want to have your bags done ahead of time. I'm going to do 2 per bag. It's pretty big bags for these, but they were already laying around, and I got new ones, blah, blah, blah. Long story. See how that just comes apart right there? It's actually kind of cool. Let me get another one here. A little bigger one. Ooh, look at that one. Got a big one. Get these ovaries out of there. Eggs. You want to wipe these down and dry them instead of rinsing them. That's the key to this. You do not want excess water in here. That water adds bad bacteria to the fish and keeps it from storing well. Now, if you you know, the fish doesn't have any of that bad bacteria to start with, you add it. So that's where you have to be super careful. So I'm going to get this in there. Got some nice big bags here. Just going to double them up. It's always a good idea to come in here. And a lot of times with some fish, this is going to be really wet. This one's, I've done a really good job at keeping them dry and clean, so they're really dry fish, which is really good. So there we go. That helps the seal proper here. Now, you're going to have to watch another video if you don't know how to set up your vacuum sealer, but this thing's all ready to go. Just going to slide it in here. All automatic, kind of press some air out. There we go. Nicely sealed up fish. That'll last for, this will probably last a year in the no freezer burn. This will do really well. Now, all right, so I'm going to keep the breading for the halibut super easy. A little bit of cornstarch. It's not much halibut, so we don't need much cornstarch. Probably more than I need, but that was all of it. I'm going to mix a little flour in there too, just so that it's, I like to mix them. We're just going to do a little bit of a breading here. Then I just like this Florida citrus pepper blend. That's all you need. Now with this, you got to use a fair amount. There we go. Give it a little mix. This is going to be pretty good. Pretty good breading. Alright, so I've got my halibut here. It's just that fillet you guys saw me do. Go in here. I'm going to go onto this plate. Now the reason I don't go straight to the frying pan, because I like to let it soak in for a couple minutes. I don't know, it just seems to fry better when you do that. So this will be real easy. Doesn't take much. And if I get that on there real good, I'm going to go like this. I'm also going to go like this a little bit. Just kind of let that fish absorb that a little bit. So our fiver is up. We got this. We'll just get the excess off. It's not going to take too long on there. Alright, so what I've got here is a little curry, coconut curry and rice left over from the other day. That's going to go on top, and I'm going to eat it all together in one piece. Looking really good right there, yeah. Alright, here we go. Basic meal, nothing to it. Got the curry underneath there. Whoops, god damn it. It's good. This is going to be really good. Let's see what it's all like together here. Halibut curry rice there. Pretty tough to beat, man. Pretty tough to beat. Yeah, I'm gonna finish that. Holy cow, it's actually a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. God damn.